So I was going to ask you about how Bedrock started, first of all, in Hastings.
Bedrock started in 1990. It was at a club called the Crypt, and it was basically to push my name. Like this usual thing with up-and-coming DJs, couldn't get gigs, be sending tapes out. So in the end, I thought, well, I'll just put on my own night.
Yeah.
So I started, putting on my own night, booking DJs, and I played in Chicago the year before. And that's where I sort of came across the name Bedrock, and I just thought, nice solid bass, and just use the name and deck the whole club out, very, dinosaurs and caving, just going a little bit of a theme. It sounds kind of cheesy now, but at the time it was transformed the whole club. Spent all my money in decor and everything, and they just used to have guests down like Groove Rider, Fabio, LTJ Bookham, Mickey Finn, Pete Tong, Nicky Holloway, just right across the board really, and just sort of progressed from there really.
Okay. So it actually comes from the Flintstones, is it? I didn't realise that.
No, it didn't actually. It was this club that was in Chicago, which was, all full of dinosaurs, and they had pterodactyls coming down from the ceiling, and I played and I just thought, yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
And because it was a small, low-ceiling club in Chicago, and the same as the club in Hastings, I just thought, oh yeah, it's a good way of kind of, turning it from a, dingy club into something a little bit different. So, when people came down the first night, they were like, wow, because I had all these backdrops of like sort of old caveman type drawings and stuff like that. So, it's, just trying to, do the place up, make it look a bit different.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. Now, Bedrock these days is associated with a fair, specific sort of sound. When did that sort of start coming about?
I think it's always had a kind of sound since. It sort of stayed at Hastings till about 94, 95, and I only used to do the parties because my DJing schedule got so hectic that I'd just do them like at Easter or the birthday party or at Christmas. We always used to have a party. So it all used to be all the regulars that had come, and it'd just be me DJing and maybe a guest. That's where Sasha first played for me. It was only for 250 people on the top deck of the pier, and I didn't even announce him, so it was kind of, it was one of those nights where, the crowd went with it. It didn't really rely too much on big name DJs towards the end, because obviously my name had got bigger, so I could carry the night off, and obviously bringing in, DJs like Danny Howes, who's also from Hastings, and that's where that kind of partnership kicked in as well. So I think, once I'd sort of established my sound, that just carried through, and obviously with the productions as well, hooking up with Nick Muir, we had the kind of Bedrock record for What You Dream Of, and the sound that we were making. So it all kind of formed, probably 94, 95, 96. It was, that kind of era.
How did Sasha go down that first time you played?
It was great because no one actually knew. I didn't tell anyone in the whole building. So it wasn't until like 12 o'clock, and I just went, right, I just got on the mic and went, right, I've got a special guest. Here's Sasha. I've been trying to get him for 2 years, which I had been, and he'd never come down and played in the South. So, everyone's just like, oh, runs to the front just to see if I was joking, and the place just went mad. And that's where we first played back to back, and kind of, that magic sort of happened, and that, we just hit it off and clicked on that night, and that's obviously why our partnership has been so strong. I think it was kind of formed on that night, really.
So how did you and Danny meet? Because Danny has been your warm-up DJ for pretty much as long as Bedrock's been running, as far as I can gather.
Danny's been playing for me since '91. He used to send tapes to me, and I got tapes given to me by his friends and that. And I had a lot of belief in him. He was very dedicated. He knew a lot about the music, and I could see that he didn't mind playing early and playing the lower, down-tempo stuff. He wasn't interested in like going for the glory, which is ideal for that kind of night. You want someone that's going to come in, keep it down, and build the night up properly. So, he was doing such a good job of that he just kind of, the job is, his. And he's such a versatile DJ as well. There's been nights where, I've been, I haven't been able to make it at the club in Brighton. He's done the whole night and just carried it off perfectly, because he can do both. He can do a good warm-up, and he can do a great main set as well. And that's, my idea of a key to a really good DJ. Someone that you can put him in a club at any time of the night, and he'll play accordingly to that time of night.